Suzanne Somers supported a type of hormone replacement therapy called identical hormone replacement therapy. In her book, Ageless, she talked to 16 different doctors who use this therapy, but she mostly focused on one specific method called the Wiley Protocol. A group of 7 doctors who also use identical hormone therapy for women's health problems wrote a public letter to Suzanne Somers and her book publisher, Crown Publishing Group. They said that the Wiley Protocol, the method she promoted, is not proven by science and can be risky. They also pointed out that the person behind the protocol, Wiley, didn't have the necessary medical qualifications. Suzanne Somers went on the Oprah Winfrey Show, where Oprah praised her for her views on this therapy. However, after the show, there was a lot of negative news coverage about it. In 2000, Suzanne Somers was diagnosed with breast cancer. She had surgery to remove the tumor, lumpectomy, and received radiation therapy. However, she chose not to undergo chemotherapy. In 2008, Somers announced that 6 doctors had told her she had inoperable cancer. But a week later, she found out that it was a misdiagnosis. During this time, she talked to various doctors about cancer treatments, and these conversations became the basis of her 2009 book called Knockout, which discussed alternative treatments to chemotherapy. In her book, Somers promoted alternative methods for treating cancer. However, her views were criticized by the American Cancer Society. She also mentioned alternative medical providers like Stanislaw Burzynski, who had faced disciplinary actions from the Texas Medical Board for misleading cancer patients. Suzanne Somers was also involved in the water fluoridation debate. She referred to fluoride as a toxic waste byproduct of the aluminum manufacturers. In 2013, Somers suggested that Adam Lanza, who committed the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, may have been influenced by the toxins in his diet and exposure to household cleaners. This idea was met with controversy and criticism. In 1965, Suzanne Somers married a man named Bruce Somers, and they had a son together named Bruce Jr. in November of the same year. However, they got divorced in 1968. After her divorce, Somers appeared as a prize model on a TV game show called The Anniversary Game, which was hosted by a man named Alan Hamill. Even though Alan Hamill was already married, he and Suzanne Somers started dating. They had a relationship, which resulted in Suzanne having an abortion. Eventually, they got married in 1977. Together, they had 3 granddaughters, and one of them is named Camellia Somers. In 1971, Suzanne's 6-year-old son was hit by a car, and this was a very traumatic experience for her and her son. They both needed therapy to help them cope with the situation. Suzanne Somers and Alan Hamill bought a house in Palm Springs, California, in 1977, and they sold it in 2021 for $8.5 million. In January 2007, a wildfire in Southern California destroyed Suzanne Somers' home in Malibu, California. In September 1991, Suzanne Somers made a return to TV by starring in a sitcom called Step by Step, alongside Patrick Duffy. The show became quite popular and was part of ABC's lineup of shows for younger viewers, known as TGIF. During the early 1990s, Suzanne Somers became known for promoting a fitness product called the Thighmaster. It's a device you squeeze between your thighs just above your knees. In 2014, she was even honored by being inducted into the Infomercial Hall of Fame for her work in those commercials. In 1991, there was a 2-hour TV movie about Suzanne Somers, where she played herself. The movie was called Keeping Secrets and was based on her first autobiography with the same title. It told the story of her challenging family life and upbringing, as well as her journey to becoming a famous personality. In 1994, Suzanne Somers hosted her own daytime talk show called Suzanne Somers, but it only lasted for 1 season. The show, Step by Step, continued on ABC until the end of its 6th season in 1997, after which it moved to CBS for its final season. Suzanne Somers faced some health challenges during her life. When she was in her 20s, she had a condition called hyperplasia. In her 30s, she had skin cancer. In April 2000, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she had surgery, lumpectomy, to remove it. Afterward, she received radiation therapy. In 2018, it was reported that she tried an experimental treatment using stem cells to regrow a breast she had lost due to cancer. Then, in 2020, she suffered a hip fracture when she jumped out of a private tram to her house. Sadly, Suzanne Somers passed away at her home in Palm Springs, California, on October 15, 2023, just one day before her 77th birthday.